Welcome to the Whiskey Vault. We're drinking Balakin 10.
I'm having a very hard day.
Yeah, he's emotional. He's having emotions.
And it's Daniel's fault.
Feeling things.
He moves too quickly.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I am a fast mover.
So, if you're into the hardcore,
yeah,
welcome.
Saddle up.
Here we go.
We're drinking Balakin, and I need to get us glasses if I have any.
I brought you some.
Rex.
What is, this is a thing. Scotch!
Scotch!
Well done.
Scotchy Scotch.
Well done.
This is by request from Simon Reginus. I really wanted to call him that. I have no idea how you would correctly pronounce it. Reginus. But Reginus is so much better. Alright. But he said, hey, what about the Balakin 10? And so, Simon, we're drinking this for you.
I've never seen nor heard of this Scotch until this very moment.
I actually really like this one, so I'm grateful that you suggested it because it's from what was at one time the smallest distillery in Scotland, and it's actually Edredor.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Right?
I've heard of that.
This is their peated, heavily peated single malt 10-year-old, and they named it Balakin after a distillery next door that closed down that they owned. So they're using the name of the old distillery.
You know what I immediately got?
Oh, almost like Lafroig.
I got Caol Ila. Immediately.
Yeah, we should do a comparison. You didn't time that well. I totally got that.
a little slow on the draw there.
Now these guys are right in the southern end of Cairngorms National Park, next door to, or just down the road from Aberfeldy, who we did the other day.
Oh yeah, Albert.
And next door to Blair Athol.
I have no idea what that is.
Another great distillery.
Okay. Challenging, not...
yeah, this is not entry level. This
not
is
beginner, not even really intermediate.
Now, you want actually friendly, start with actual Edredor.
This is borderline harsh on the nose. I haven't been in there yet. Hold on. Smoky, peaty. I'm trying to get anything beyond that.
Oh, it tastes so good, though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Man, I'm just getting smoky, peaty on the nose. There's nothing beyond that.
No, there's nothing. It's dominant. I'm not sure it's Caol Ila.
Really?
The taste changed things for me.
Put that.
Now this is too butterscotchy.
And nothing butterscotch is going on here.
Compare that to this, and there's butterscotch in there.
In the Caol Ila?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, there's so much butterscotch in there.
I told you.
What the hell?
I told you.
Wow.
It's not quite the same.
That's one of the things we do this a lot. We like pull out,
and this is mildly smoky. Compared to this.
Yes, and Caol Ila is not known as anything mild. You think it's Lagavulin?
I don't know.
All right, I'll try it.
No, it's not Lagavulin, but I'm going to try some anyway.
No, you will try some anyway.
Wait.
That's not enough for we. What the? Really? You want to go there? I will destroy.
Oh, it's closer. It's closer to Lagavulin.
Fill it up. A cheeky bastard. You're dribbling more off the side than you are getting in the glass.
I'm trying to avoid mooch, and I'm damaging myself. I'm only hurting myself, Rex. Only hurting myself.
So
This Balakin is pure aggression, man.
it is.
They like to say
more so than Caol Ila.
Yeah.
More than
Lagavulin.
Lagavulin.
It's I like it, but this is not a sit and relax. This is,
as you say, a you whiskey.
Yeah, it's you whiskey. Smoldering burnt heather is what they say. Chocolate oak.
I don't even know what that is.
So a piece of wood coated in chocolate and then set on fire. It's
I'll tell you,
herbal, grassy.
This little three whiskey experiment, the thing that I'm enjoying the most about it is how much butterscotch I was getting
In Caol Ila.
Yes, Caol Ila, after I had this Ballechin. Because I was never getting that much butterscotch before.
No, that's one of my favorite things about, if you ever drink something like, this reminds me of this thing, go try it, because the first thing that will happen is you'll get a direct A/B comparison, and you will discover something totally new about a Scotch or a whiskey you thought you knew.
Yeah.
And I really love that. I really love that. Because actually, it's been I remember having this experience with Caol Ila before, and it's been so long and forgotten. But man, that 12 Caol Ila 12 is mild and buttery compared to this. This is trying to kill you.
Which is insane if anybody has ever had Caol Ila.
Yeah.
Katie Fong, if you get a chance in a future episode, could you please go over the controversy of whether Speyside is actually a region of Scotch or not, and why?
Okay, so there are two things. First, if you're just going technically, Speyside is Highland the way that Texas is the U.S. It can be called either, and it's a marketing choice.
Yeah.
There are people that would argue that all of it is just Highland whiskey. Mm-hmm. And there are other people that would argue that Speyside is the heart and the origins of all of the best Scottish whiskey ever made. Mm. And so they would say that Speyside is the most accurate description. It's all along the River Spey. And, so you've got, on this one river, you've got, 100 distilleries. And it's astounding, right? So it's like the Speyside region is the lifeblood of Highland Scotch. And so I think you could really say both. I think it's absolutely a region. Now, one thing that I've noticed is anything coming out of Speyside, or anything I've ever tried coming out of Speyside, always has heavier butterscotch notes than other scotches. And so that's sort of a regional marker. I'm not sure where that's coming from, but it's definitely true. But yes, I think it deserves to be called a region. What I don't think deserves to be called a region is the islands. I think they should just be part of the Highlands.
J-Skits. Great video here. Don't know which one he's talking about because you don't give adequate notes.
Yeah, I really don't.
My comments.
No, I don't.
Do you know which one he's talking about?
No.
You're garbage.
But they're all good, so.
No, they're really.
Why would we have to pick only one?
Finally, an introduction to your vault. I wish I have one like yours too. Whiskey bars in my country usually promote whiskey with a flight of whiskeys, like from mild to strong and punchy, smoky. What would yours be like? 3 to 4 choices for a non-whiskey drinker. And you left. How do you do that to J-Skit? You just walk away.
Pick your 3.
My 3?
Yeah.
I can do that. I'm going... Wait, what's the 3 that I'm picking?
Mild to heavy.
Mild.
In order.
Mild to heavy. I'm going... In terms of good mild, I'm saying Jameson Caskmates for entry level. I really love that. That's what's it called, the cream note in there. Then I'm going Glenfarclas for the intermediate, and heavy. For me, Lagavulin is heavy. Right? There's more heavy things out there, but in terms of something that's really smoky, peaty, but not so hardcore and challenging that it's making me feel beat up, Lagavulin is the go-to.
Okay, I'm going to say for my 3, and first I'm going to say the reason I went over there is because this is somewhere between $45 and $50 a bottle in our area. I got tired of getting griped out by the commenters for not giving them prices.
Dude, I love the griping.
I do totally do.
I feed on the griping.
Okay, so I would say mild, I would start with a blend. I'd start Monkey Shoulder.
You didn't argue with me, I'm not going to argue with you. Go ahead.
Okay. Second, I would get a little more complicated. I would probably go Oban, 14. And third, I would go into Islay just because I like Islay. Mm-hmm. And I would go with Lafroig 10 because it's just kind of a classic Islay.
It's funny. Every single one of yours, I was like, yes, but your entry level is about 15 to 20% more hardcore than mine.
Yep.
Your intermediate was 15 to 20% more hardcore than mine.
Yep.
Your advanced level was 15 to 20% more hardcore than mine.
This is why we need more than one list. And this is why lists are totally irrelevant.
Yeah.
Right? It's like someone going on a deal on a website and they're like, what kind of car would you recommend out of all of them? And then the commenter's like, red. These are really unhelpful.
Here's the tragic thing. This is the really tragic thing. We know very well that if we wanted to try and make like a viral video, which we will totally we will pander in the new channel.
Best 5 whiskeys for under $40.
Oh my God, that's like immediately 30,000 views.
Yes, we'll be rich.
We know that. We will pander on the new channel.
Yeah, we will.
On this one, Daniel wants to keep it legit.
No. Yeah.
All right. How many? What are we in here?
We're at 10.
10. All right, good.
We didn't have the ceremony to do at the beginning, so we had more time.
I love the ceremony, man.
Yeah, send us more whiskey. We'll do more ceremonies. The next time we do a ceremony, it's going to be for Joe Van Name.
Sure. And then I think, we need to retroactively do some ceremonies.
I think we do. We need to do an episode that's only ceremonies.
Yes. No, like Charlie.
It'll be a Friday.
Charlie.
Now we're going to do a Friday where it's just one after another. We drink like 9 whiskeys, one after another.
Reed Lang. My stepdad, uncles, and I drank this from a gift from the grandson of the Brady, Texas. When my uncle first took a sip of his impression, dude, why do you, put the f***ing whiskey here? I don't know what he's referring to. Do you know what he's referring to? What is wrong with you? Is this a comic talking about whiskey? We don't know what whiskey he's talking about.
What happened was... what happened?
This comment. Hey, Reed, I'm sure it's an amazing comment.
No, what happened?
We don't know what comment you're referring to because he doesn't write it down.
I did. I cut and pasted it, and I meant to add the title, and I've been so tired I forgot.
You don't know. Don't pretend like you know. You're done.
It was a Ardbeg.
Whatever.
Goat sack.
When my uncle
he tastes a smoky whiskey.
When my uncle first took a sip of it, his first impression was that the master distiller must have dipped a sweaty goat sack in it before bottling, as is tradition.
Yeah.
Is this true, and is it standard of Scotch distillers?
Is this true?
To dip goat sacks into whiskey to add flavor.
This is Lagavulin 12. This is the Lagavulin 12 that his granddad said, it tastes like he did the goat sack in it. Is that standard?
Yes.
Is that standard practice?
Yes.
And the answer is, in Isla, yes. It is.
I look for the
As a matter of fact, every distillery has its own goat just for that purpose.
With a giant sack.
Giant.
Oh, God.
All right, do you have any better ending?
Oh my God!
May your crazy stay this side of legal.
You're not allowed to hit that button again until I have an ending picked out.
May your crazy stay this side of legal.
There's so many good ones too.
And
may you return before I Daniel the
sooner rather than later, please. Cheers.
Hey, thanks for hanging out with us in the Whiskey Vault. Don't forget to throw in a like, hit that subscribe button on the bottom right, and drop a question or comment down below.